Es no bueno is not good. Está no nublado is not cloudy. Yo estoy profesor o yo soy aquí. Yo creo, tú tienes y nosotros trabajamos. Saludos, damas y caballeros. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're talking about the 5 rookie mistakes in Spanish. Mistakes that you definitely don't want to be making if you're a rookie, an intermediate, or definitely not as an advanced student. So let's look at the first mistake here. Before we do that, I want to tell you to stick around for number 5, because if you don't, you're going to be a little bit hot under the collar. So what is number 1? Number 1 is using the word no in the wrong place. People say es no bueno, is not good, or está no nublado, is not cloudy. It usually only happens with está and with es. I don't see people putting the word no in the wrong place with other verbs, because we don't do that in English, right? Because in English we say it is not good or it is not cloudy. So people think they can put no right in the same place as not. But in Spanish, you always put no before the verb. No es bueno is it is not good. And no está nublado, it is not cloudy. With other verbs, we don't have that problem, because in English we say don't before the verb, or doesn't. He doesn't like it. So we put the no in the right place. No le gusta. Okay, what's number 2? Is confusing the verb ser and estar. So I'm going to explain it a little bit now, but you can check out my video on ser and estar. It's under this video. You'll find the link to it. So basically people say yo estoy profesor, o yo soy aquí. And this is just mixing them up. You use estar for temporary situations. So profesor, I am a teacher. That's not something temporary, hopefully, right? So you use ser, yo soy profesor, but I am here. That's something, well, it's location, where you always use estar, almost always use estar for location. And it's also something temporary. I might not be here in 5 minutes. So yo estoy aquí. That's one way to remember those. Okay, number 3. Yo creo, tú tienes, y nosotros trabajamos. So right there, I'm using the pronoun with the verb, with the yo, the tú, and the nosotros form. And in Spanish, it's too much. You don't need to use the pronoun, especially with those persons. You don't need it all the time with the yo form or with the tú form and with the nosotros form, because from the conjugation of the verb itself, it's obvious. And so Spanish speakers, they tend to not use the pronoun, the yo, the I, the tú, the you, or the nosotros, the we, with the verb so much. Also with the third person, singular and plural, the he, she, and usted, and the they and ustedes, it's used maybe once or occasionally, especially if the phrase or what you're talking about is not clear, or if there's multiple people involved, then you need to be clear about it. But even in that case, they'll use it once and then they drop it off. Like they might say, mi hermano trabaja en esa empresa. Él, and then after that, ha trabajado ahí por muchos años, pero no le gusta el trabajo. So just remember that you need to notice that they don't use the pronouns as much as we do in English. Because for one, they don't have to, because the verb clearly tells who it's talking about. But then even where there could be doubt, they still tend to drop the pronoun more than we do. They won't always be saying él or ella or ellos. So try, definitely with the yo, the tú, and the nosotros, drop it. Don't use the pronoun as, 90% of the time, don't use the pronoun. It doesn't mean that they never say yo or tú or nosotros. That's not the case. They definitely say those pronouns, but just don't use it every time the way we do in English. So you can simply say creo, tienes, y trabajamos. While you're at it, book a class with me on Italki. You'll find the information under the video. I love teaching Spanish. I also teach ESL, English, if you're working on your English, you're a Latino. So book a class, try out a trial class, see how it goes. Who knows, you might like it. Okay, number 4, it's a little bit trickier. Sometimes I hear people say, gracias por llamando, which would, if you translated literally word for word, thank you for calling. So we say this in English, we use the ing or the present participle, that calling, it's called the present participle after an expression like thank you for, but in Spanish you don't. You use the infinitive, just llamar, to call. Gracias por llamar. So please, I challenge you now, write in the comments below the video. Please write a little anything, not just to me. Maybe you're thanking your mom or your dad or your wife or your husband or your friend or me. Please put a gracias por and then a verb. Not llamar. Use another one. Or write a little comment to somebody. Gracias por, and then use the infinitive just to practice this. And then say it to somebody too, or say it to yourself. Say it out loud. It's good to practice it, to break that habit. So that's how you would say that. Gracias por llamar. Thanks for calling. Okay, finally, number 5. What's wrong with these sentences? Yo soy calor. Yo soy 40 años. Yo soy hambre. Well, we can't use ser when we want to talk about these things. In English, we do. We say, I'm hot. I'm 40 years old, which I'm not. I'm hungry. No, we have to use tener. We use the verb tener. So it's yo tengo. And you have a whole list of those, and you need to study those out. We'll put them right here. All the times that you would say tengo or tiene, because you conjugate it with all persons, but you use tener, and you just have to learn those and memorize them when you want to say, I'm cold, I'm hot. Now, there are other ways to say it too, but this is a basic way. Remember, this is for mistakes that rookies make. You should master these first. So let's make sure that you know how to say all these things. Yo tengo hambre, yo tengo calor, y yo tengo 40 años. Thanks for watching the video. Please put in the comments the ones that I missed. Which rookie mistakes do you think that you hear a lot or you yourself make and you're trying to master? Let me hear about them. Please give the video a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And please watch one of these next videos. And remember, millions of people speak Spanish fluently, and you will too.